Hey, what's up? So if you're here, most likely you're selling services on marketplaces like these ones. And my main goal with these videos is to get you to succeed on these marketplaces. And so today I want to explain to you the concept of value ladders and the one of LTV, long-term value or lifetime value. This will take me about 10 minutes to explain, so if you don't have time right now, make sure to save this video for later. And with that said, let's hop into my computer and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so value ladders, these are extremely important because they'll help you to get the most out of your first sale. And the first thing you need to know is that you need to take a look at the LTV of a customer. And LTV stands for long-term value or lifetime value of a customer. And so since we're looking at the lifetime value of a customer, we need to think medium to long term, not short term. And this is somewhat hard to do. Most people tend to think short term. But what I want to do with this video is teach you and show you to some extent how to start thinking long-term with whatever it is that you're selling. And I have here a couple of examples I want to go over to try and explain this concept to you. So let's say you are a graphic designer, and here the y-axis is the value to the customer and the x-axis is the price of the services you're selling. The idea with the value ladder, and I want to teach you how to build one for your services, is to always have an entry service. So in this case, for a graphic designer, a logo could be your entry service into this value ladder. And you can even lose money on this entry service. And we'll talk a bit later about losing money and what is this concept of losing money in services versus losing money in products. But let's not focus on that right now. So value ladder for a graphic designer. So on the first step, you have your logo. And your goal with this value ladder is to increase the, again, lifetime value of your customer. Because when a customer buys something from you, he won't stop here. Most of them won't stop here. So when they enter this step right here, they will continue on climbing up your ladder. They won't stop here. So your goal is, again, to use this ladder to increase the LTV of your customers. Say, for example, your logo design here is a $10 service. If your customer were to enter your value ladder, your bubble, and stop here, his value would be $10. The thing is that he doesn't stop here. He goes up the ladder, just like I showed you. He goes up and buys then a $30 banner, for example, and then a $300 website design, and then a brand building strategy for 1K, for example, and then a full branding strategy implementation for, I don't know, 3K. So the goal with our value ladder is to, again, increase the lifetime value of our customer, because, again, it's important to understand that the customer doesn't stop here. He can stop here or here. He can stop. Actually, there are some customers that actually stop here. But most of the times, and the way you are building your value ladder is built in a way to make them go up the steps slowly. Because as you can see here, these are in somewhat of an order in regards to value to the customer. So a customer that wants you to build a logo for them most likely will, I don't know, maybe need a banner design. This, of course, is changeable. You can see what fits best here in regards to your niche. But say you build a logo for him, then you can upsell him a banner design. Then since he has the logo and the banner, so why not have a website redesign? Because the website needs to match what you already built for him. So he goes on to the website design. Then, okay, he has the website, but now what? What does one do with the website? He needs a strategy to brand himself across the internet. So again, that's the other upsell. So all these, as you can see, make somewhat sense to some extent in regards to value to the customer. So the higher you go on these steps, the higher the value to the customer is. And of course, the higher the price for each of these services is. And our goal here is to get them on the first step. That's your main goal here, is to get as many clients on the first step as possible. And that's the hardest part because they have no trust or rapport with you. So getting clients here to buy something from you, it's hard. But that's why this is built like this. That's why it's not the other way around. It's not from the most expensive to the cheapest one, because a cheap service makes it so the barrier to entry here is lower. So you'll get many more clients coming in through here than coming in through here, for example, or even here through the top. That's not our goal though. But that's the hardest part because they have no trust with you. They don't know you. They don't know what you're capable of. So the hardest part is to get them here on the first step. And to make it easy on them, you want to make this a cheap or a free service. Some people actually do a free service here. And I'll have here an example of a dentist, which I can show here in a second. For example, this is an example for a product, not a service. Actually, this is for a service, sorry. This is a dentist clinic. You can do a totally free service here. So a free checkup, and then you upsell to a teeth cleaning, then a teeth whitening, then braces. So I think you get the idea here behind value ladders. But once you get them here though, once you get them on the first step, you've just captured a potential customer worth thousands of dollars. Because like I was saying here, let's erase all of this. Let me go over this just one more time, because this is really important. Say this logo design here is worth $10, okay? And then the banner design is worth 30. Let's put the website redesign at 400. And then your strategy and planning, let's value our time accordingly. So let's do this 1K full branding strategy planning. And then the actual implementation, I'd say 3K. This, of course, it will depend. These values will depend. But the total value of your value ladder, in this case, is 1440. So $1,440. So this is the total value of your value ladder. So any customer that comes in here on the first step has the potential and the long-term value or the lifetime value of $1,440. And this is, I think, simple to understand, but most people don't think like this, because right now I'm explaining this to you, and of course you understand this. It's somewhat of a simple concept, but most people don't actually implement it and do it. And so imagine on this first step you can get 10 clients, 20 clients. So because one client is worth this. Imagine when you get 10 clients, then we're talking about 14K potential value. Imagine you get 20 clients. So this value can go up by a lot, because of course you're not just getting one client into your logo design service. And this is a question for you right now. If you're already selling on a marketplace, how many logo designs are you selling per month? I assume maybe 10, maybe 5. If you build out a value ladder, you can see somewhat to the future and see how much that those clients that are coming in and you're charging them maybe $10, $15 per logo are worth in the long term. Because you don't want to forget about the clients. So don't just make a full stop here. Don't just say to yourself, okay, I'm selling logo designs and that's it. Don't do that. You need to think long term. That's the goal of this value ladder. And building out your own will make you have this vision of the process and how it works in the long run. Something else that is important to understand as well is the fact that you never know who's here on the first step. And this is really important. So you never know what people are coming in here in the first step. It can be, for example, a solopreneur or a small business owner that most likely will go from here to here and will stop here. Or it can be a big business or agency that will most likely climb all of these steps upwards till he reaches the last one. So you never know who's coming in here. So you want to make sure you treat the customers extremely well and deliver top-notch quality services. This is really important. And I hope you're already doing this. I hope you're treating your customers right and giving them what they pay for in regards to value. But keep in mind that, say you get 10 people in here in your first step of your value ladder. You never know out of those 10 how many will reach level 2 and how many will reach level 5. So out of these 10, you never know how many are actually worth the full value of your value ladder. So make sure you're somewhat aware of that. And that's mostly it for this theory in regards to value ladders. I have here one for SEO, for example. I'm just going to run through this example again. Y-axis is value to the customer, X-axis is the price of your services. You can start by selling a single link. So $10, $20, for example, then a links package. So a bunch of links directed to the client's site. Then you can do an audit for them, for example, and then an off-page campaign. And then you can set them up on a monthly recurring SEO package. And again, you can build all of these ladders within your scope and your niche. And we already went through the dentist from right here, but these value ladders exist in any business. And my goal with this video is to get you to build your own. And if we go down here, I just want to cover this before finishing off. Say we have customer A, B, and C. So all of them are coming here into your first step. Like I said, you never know if they'll stop here, here, or here. And what we see here is the value of that same customer, so the price they paid. And here it's the time. So 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, it's the time. So let's start with customer C. Customer C, what he did was he went to the first step. So all of these start on the first step, but then it took some time to actually climb all of these steps. So as you can see, across time, the price, the value didn't increase much. So you might have just went to step 1 and step 2 and then never came back. But of course, in the long run, you're going to reach out to all of these customers and try to upsell them your next steps on your value ladder. So as you can see, a customer that at the beginning, in comparison to customer B and A, has a value around here, and in regards to customer A, this has a value around here, and customer B has a value around here. So a customer that let's do 3 months for the example, a customer that at about 3 months looked like his value was the lowest of them all, in fact, in the long run, his value is higher than all these, than customer A and customer B. So this is somewhat of a theory diagram to get you to, in this mindset, to actually think long term, because this is really, really important, because all the customers that come in your first step are not lost customers. You still have their information, you can still reach out to them, you can still upsell them stuff, downsell them stuff. And I know I'm repeating myself, but make sure not to stop here on your first step. Make sure to have yours built out in a way that makes sense, of course. These need to make sense in regards to value. So the higher you go, the higher the value to the customer must be. And of course, the price as well needs to reflect that to some extent. But yeah, so what should you do now? I urge you and encourage you to go out and build your own value ladder. It's really important. Just go to Paint or whatever, do this, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps and start doing and writing out your services on each of these steps of your value ladder. Do this, it takes you around 10 minutes. You can always improve it later on. And then make sure that on your delivery message, of course, you upsell them the service on your next step. So for example, again, we can go over here to this example again. Let's do SEO, for example, right now. So say a customer comes in, he orders this single link and you deliver the order. So order delivered. You want to make sure that on your delivery message, and we'll have a video just on delivery messages, you upsell them your next step. So say, for example, something like, thank you so much for ordering. Here's the link you ordered. I noticed that you're trying to rank your website higher and one single link won't do much for you. So I have here this links package, which can bring you better results. So basically you're upselling the next step on your ladder. So make sure that when you deliver an order, you upsell the next step. So if you're delivering on this step right here, you would upsell the next step on your value ladder. And yeah, that's basically it. If you have any questions, make sure to join the group. That's facebook.com/groups/marketplace freelancer. I'll be inside here. There's, I think, 15 people right now. So if you ask any questions in there, I'll personally help you out. So you have all of my time and dedication. So this won't be like this for much longer, because I think quite some people will be joining the Facebook group. But yeah, if you have any questions or just want to talk to me, make sure to join it, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.